Now, there's a clear shift between dating a woman all the way to falling in love with a woman. This is really a process of going from lust all the way to love. But for all you sexy single ladies out there, if you look close enough, you'll be able to see these 5 shifts that happen when a man does go from just liking a woman to loving a woman. Keep watching. Hey there, my name is Adam LaDolce. I'm the CEO of LoveStrategies.com, where we help successful single women attract love, do it with a strategy. Now you're probably wondering, how do I even know about this shift that happens? My answer to you is because I went through this shift myself 10 years ago when I first met my wife. When I first started dating Jessica, I went from a period in my life where I was basically single for 2 years. All right, 2 entire years, being a bachelor. I was traveling. I was like dating a lot, situationships, to then, once I started seriously dating my wife, focusing 100% of my energy right towards her. And I do remember the date when I told my wife that I love her, May 22nd, 2015. There was a noticeable shift in how I perceived her and our relationship at that moment. And now here at Love Strategies, over the past decade, we've literally coached tens of thousands of women to attract long-lasting love, have a man who absolutely adores them. And I have noticed that there's a distinct pattern across all men that we all go through when we fall in love. So here are the 5 shifts that he goes through that he loves you. And at the end, I'm going to give you a resource that you can use to find this guy that you truly deserve. And because you know I love acronyms, LOVES is an acronym. So the L in LOVES is he listens. The major shift that happens when a guy starts to fall in love with you is he stops talking to you and he starts listening to you. This is when he's nodding. He's really actively listening to the words you're saying. He's maintaining eye contact. He shows that he cares. For example, you tell him some little thing 2 weeks ago, he remembers that little thing and he cares that you are happy. He's present with you. When you're with him, it doesn't feel like he's thinking about someone else or something else, just thinking about work. He is completely in it with you. And the reason why this is so important is because it is absolutely impossible to have a true emotional bond with someone if you're not listening. If he is actually listening to you, it shows that he cares about you. He's hanging on to his word. He cares about you as the human being. If he's just talking at you, then he's still in that stage of trying to impress you, that it's likely a lot about the physical. He doesn't actually care about you as the human being. As a side note, if you want to show me that you are listening to this video and you are ready to attract a man who listens to you, give this video a like, give it a heart, make sure you subscribe because it helps me out a lot and it gives you some good dating karma when you're getting out there finding love. The O in loves is originality. This is when a man shifts from trying to change you and he starts respecting your originality. Never, and I mean never, try to fundamentally change a person that you love. Because if you are, then you are telling that person that you only love some parts of who they are and that the other parts are not really accepted. I mean, do you have a weird obsession with cats? He should accept that weird originality, okay? Even though I'm a dog guy, I still accept you for liking cats. Are you the type of person that leaves the cabinet doors open in the kitchen? By the way, I'm guilty of that. Even still, he should love you for that. And that is kind of a weird originality. And by the way, Jessica, if you're watching this, you have to love me. I do that all the time. Or the third thing is, let's just say you are a complete free spirit who just beats to your own drum. If he doesn't love you, what he's going to do is try and tamper that down. He's going to want to put you into a little box and turn you into exactly who it is that he wants you to be. But if he really loves you, and I mean loves every part of you, he'll begin to appreciate the quirkiness and the originality that is you. And look, there is a nuanced point here. Like there will be times when you need to give feedback in the relationship, you need to be able to communicate, and that's all healthy. But it will never feel like he's trying to change who you are fundamentally. The V in loves is for vulnerable. This is when a man is going to stop trying to open up and he actually starts being truly vulnerable. Look, I think a guy, when they first started to date, he's going to try and open up to get a woman to like him because he knows that that's important when you're dating. But a man will be truly vulnerable with a woman when he truly trusts her with his entire heart. For example, let's say you start dating a guy and he had a really traumatic experience growing up. Let's just say it was the death of a parent, which is what I would imagine to be one of the most traumatic things that a child could go through. If a guy is just trying to open up to you and you're still kind of dating, he'll tell you about the fact that it happened and, it's all good. He kind of learned from it. But if he's being truly vulnerable, and I mean on a real level, and he really, truly trusts you, he'll tell you how it really makes him feel and how it might even affect him to this day. You can see how there's really a difference there between trying to open up versus being actually vulnerable. The E in loves is engagement, and I mean marriage. He stops being the type of guy who's just dating and who's trying not to make plans too far in the future because he's not sure if you're going to still be together. And when he's really in love with a woman, he's going to start talking about engagement, or he's going to be thinking about it, that's for sure. Because engagement and marriage is truly the cornerstone of a lifelong committed relationship. And let me tell you, on May 22nd, 2015, when I told Jessica I loved her, engagement was definitely on my mind. It was kind of crazy. Like, never did I have crazy fears about planning 6 months ahead of time for a vacation or something to do with my family or her family, or even a year into the future. I started thinking to myself, no, I want to make those plans. I actually want to lock this in and I want to really see where this goes. A man will really shift his thinking from, do I love this girl? And when he loves her truly, it'll shift to, do I want to marry this girl and spend the rest of my life with her? And the S in loves is supportive. He's going to stop pushing you and he's going to start supporting you. Because there really is a big difference between pushing someone versus supporting someone. Pushing someone means that you're trying to make them into someone that they might not even want to be. Whereas supporting someone is when you really root for them to become the person that they desire to be, not the person that you want them to be. And let me tell all you beautiful ladies out there, if you find a man who truly supports you, hold on to that guy. People who truly root for you are rare to find. And look, it's easy to root for someone when they're down, when you're having a rough week, when you're not doing so well at work and you just need to be kind of lifted a little bit. But when a man roots for you when you're up and you're really succeeding and you're really doing well, if he continues rooting for you, that's when you know you found your guy. So let me ask you, are you ready to find this guy? If so, let's continue the conversation. Go to a secret website. It's called thelovesteps.com, where you can learn a step-by-step process to attracting this man into your life. This is the exact process we have helped tens of thousands of women go through to attract that man who truly loves them and adores them. Go check that out and speak to you soon. Speak to you next week. Bye-bye.